Hey everybody, how are you? Rise and shine. It is Wednesday morning, March the 19th. Ooh, rise and shine. It is beautiful. I am WESH 2 first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together every day, 7 days a week, just about. Chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Tower Cam Network, kind of cool actually. Take a look in Ocala. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous start to the day there, right? Yeah, I love it. 41 degrees. Daytona Beach, bottom left. Looking sunny as can be. Leesburg, bottom right, beautiful sunshine. But that top right, the tourist district, we're looking over toward Icon Park. What's going on there? Is that what I think it is? Do we have this shallow, thin little layer of fog hanging out? Sure looks like it. Let's take a closer inspection. Let's zoom into our tower cams if I can find the right button. Give me a minute. I haven't taken a sip of coffee yet, so that would make sense. Hit the space bar, load it up. There we go. All right. Yeah. So there it is. A little thin layer of fog, right? Kind of cool. So let's talk a little bit about the visibilities and the like. First off, visibility. This is, of course, ground fog tracking. Anything less than 10 on this map denotes some sort of fog around. So Palm Coast, I see you at a half-mile visibility. Let's look at I believe we've got a couple of weather stem cameras up this way. Let's dial in and see what that's like. All right, so this is weather stem in Marineland. Looking pretty good there. Let's look over to Benell. Check and see what's doing. I mean, a water droplet on the lens, but otherwise, okay. All right, so if we don't have any fog in the metro, at least where there's a reporting station, certainly there should be some lower cloud ceilings there, but it's not really all that bad. Titusville, we see that in Brevard County. Let's see. Some lower cloud ceilings in Brevard County. But we've got a couple of weather stem cameras there. Look at that commanding sunrise over in Port Canaveral looking off the shoreline. Here's another shot looking at the port. Of course, we've got a couple of other cameras at like the Kennedy Space Center. Here, let's look to the Kennedy Space Center and see if there's any fog out that way. I mean, I guess you can kind of see some of it. There's something going on here, right? Like right there. Although we can see a little bit of a breeze kind of mixing things up a little bit. Our Port Canaveral tower cam, that was weather stem. This is looking at our Port Canaveral tower cam. Um, Looking fine. So, I mean, birds are chirping, flying around. It's looking beautiful. All right. So we've got a nice morning for us, no matter where in Central Florida you live, but there is a little bit of that morning fog. Oh, okay. And how is Orlando International Airport not reporting fog? I mean, that's kind of cool, right? All right. So there's the Orlando. Oh my gosh, this pollen's getting me. There's the Orlando International Airport, all kind of fogged in. And then, of course, the tourist district having it. Otherwise, we're good. Just a little bit of that to deal with this morning, right? All right. Temperatures across town looking fantastic. 40s and lower 50s. We are looking good. First warning live Doppler radar. Looking good. Forecast today. Look at that sun shining. It's going to be a gorgeous one, my friends. Temperatures today getting up a little warmer. 83 degrees. Is that good enough for you? 83 degrees. You know what that means? It's a good day to get in the pool. It's not great. Great is above 85 to me. But today is a good day to get in the pool. So if your kids want to do that, I'm sure I'll probably throw my little guys in there. Just know, though, even though we're not to summer, spring break levels can still go very high on the UV index. You got 15, 20 minutes to burn. All right. So here's your high temperatures around town. Looks good, feels great. It's going to be a good day. Yeah. What can I say? Right. Now, we do have a pattern change. First off, it kind of makes sense. Today getting a little warmer. We're now above average. We are 1 day away from the start of spring, the vernal equinox. So if today we get into the 80s, tomorrow we have to get into the 80s, right? And then right on schedule because spring break. Right on schedule, we're going to end up with a quick little front. Oh, yeah, putz. Stop it. It's only the 7 day that does that. Right around Friday's morning low temperature. I'd say like Friday's morning low temperature. We're going to get into a nice cool register. Back into the 40s for the metro. Could see some upper 30s north in town. And a nice cool temperature once again of 70. So Friday's going to be a little bit of a drop. But then we climb pretty quickly. A cool morning Saturday, comfortable afternoon. Look at Sunday. Look at Monday. That just means that the pool forecast on those days go perfect. 84 on Sunday, 86 on Monday. Are you not entertained? We already had our first little lemon thing out in the tropics. Are you not entertained? Let's check on that, by the way. Yeah, it's nothing. Hurricane Center has no development chances. It's just out there, faded away. Are you not entertained? This weekend, 86. What's going on? So we've got high pressure building in. Nice start to the weekend, a little cooler temperatures. But by Sunday, as that area of high pressure scoots over top of us and ends up east of us, we start kicking up that southerly wind. That's a nice hot wind for Central Florida. So yeah, we are going to be looking better and better and better. And there's a lot of events going on around Central Florida this weekend. If you are new to town, one of my absolute favorites. Saw them setting up for it just the other day. The Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival. I saw them starting the setup. So pretty. It's so nice. If you're looking for something, love that. 80s for highs, comfortable temperatures. Go walk around. You don't even have to buy art. Walk around. It's a nice excuse to go outside and play. Of course, we've got all kinds of we've got the concerts over at Universal. Maybe you're heading over to SeaWorld. Beautiful day. Cool morning, but a comfortable afternoon. It's just gorgeous. But can't be perfect. We've got that. The pollen. Good times. Jeannie says buy the art. Buy the art if you're so inclined to. You don't the point is like listen, when I've been out, I have sometimes I've purchased. I've not purchased sometimes. If you feel the calling to, then do it, certainly. Jan Holt says yes, buy art. I don't want to pressure anybody. Everybody's yelling at me. I don't want to pressure anybody. I just don't want to pressure anybody. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to start something. Heather needs coffee. Pollen equals all. Yeah. Yeah, pollen high. This time of year though, the joke is that you could almost just change the days. You don't even need to check because even if you get a good opportunity for rain, let's say we got a soaker, which we have not gotten, but let's just say we've had a soaker. So then we go to medium and then back to high. Kelly says, whatever's in the coffee you're drinking that perked up your energy, send it my way. It's just Pilone. Oh, but it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, Amanda, buy. Okay, yes, buy the art. Buy the art. Okay. So yeah. Now you're talking about the drought index, etc. So let's look at the Keach Byram drought index. We're not doing terribly. We're not doing terribly. When we look at the rainfall departure, we're not doing terribly, right? But I'll tell you, just looking ahead, we don't have a ton of rainfall. So first, let's look back at the 7 day forecast, okay? And let's just familiarize ourselves. A sprinkle at best. So Josh is asking, are there any more tornadoes in the forecast ahead? No. No more tornado. I mean, we barely have any rainfall in the forecast. So that's step one. Okay? Kim, whatever is in the air is causing my allergies to go crazy. Girlfriend, it's not just you. I feel like it's all of us. Again, back to this. Yeah. not fun. All right, so do we have any opportunities for rain in the forecast? Well, let's do this. Let's look ahead and kind of dial in some model data together. All right. There could always be a tornado, Jeannie says. Well, yeah, yes. I mean, there could always be a tornado. Joseph is asking, when does severe weather season start? So, Joseph, severe weather season for Florida, there are technically two what we would call like tornado seasons. All right. We're very much in our first tornado season. The first tornado season really gets going during the month of February, March, and April. Okay. Then we transition to our summertime severe weather season. So we're in tornado season, as it were, right now. Haven't had a ton, but tell that to the people in Longwood, Lake Mary area, of course, that just had that EF2 hit them. So let's look at some model data and let's check in. And then Heather's asking, can you talk about the drought conditions and brush fires happening? We need more rain. Good morning from Jacksonville, Florida. First off, Heather, good morning. It's exactly what we're doing here. So we were talking about how severe weather season has been relatively calm. There have been a couple of threats, but not a ton. We certainly need the rainfall, right? All right. So, the ghosted woman. Have to look into that. Never knew there was such a thing. See, that's why we hang out together. All right. So, little front coming through Thursday. We know it's going to be a fairly dry front, right? Not a ton. High pressure through the weekend. Looks like a front goes by us on Tuesday. High pressure builds in. There's going to be a little area of low pressure there around the 29th of March out in the Gulf of Mexico. Does it do a ton? Doesn't look like it's going to do a ton, but I'm just checking. End of March, Gulf of Mexico. Oscar part of the pattern. Or the Sarah part of the pattern. What day is that? That's the 29th, so it'd be like a little late. So that's more Oscar part of the pattern than anything else. But anyway, just checking. Anyway, moving on. All right, so around April 1st, there's going to be some sloppier weather around Florida. So there's going to be an opportunity to see some storms around. Linda says, had a small fire the other day here in Melbourne that was too close for comfort. Yeah, I mean, we're drying out for sure. So we do see around April 1st, there's going to be an opportunity to see some rain, but then high pressure builds right back in. So you know what'll be interesting? Let's do this. Let's look at some seasonal. Seasonal monthly QPF. All right. So this is a product off of the European model that, while we're talking about dry, etc., this is the European seasonal product, okay? It was initialized on March the 1st, looking at the month of March for precipitation anomaly. Notice it's got Florida in a bit of a drought, okay? Let's look at April. It's got April around average or even a little dry. May trending a little wetter. June trending a little wetter. So, and then look at August, kind of trending average or even a little below average. So there's that for the euro. Let's look at the GFS. Seasonal. So this is the extended anomaly. All right, so this is the GFS extended, the anomaly rains. Staying dry, look at that. So the GFS has us trending a little wetter around April 1st, right? But the anomaly looks to be dry for the most part, and this is going all the way through the end of April. So, just kind of looking at these longer range, if we go to 35-day anomalies, if we're looking at the anomaly, okay, so that's as far. Okay, so looking at basically the next month, it's going drier than average for much of the deep south, us included. Okay, that's the GFS. So fire season certainly continues. Once you get into, if we look at the months, and I think that this is important to look. So we're halfway through March, so let's look at April. Okay, April is not when we start our rainy season. So April is absolutely still a month where we'll have to watch that fire threat, right? Tropical systems can form in the month of April. Average 90-degree day usually. Okay. May. Let's look at the May timeline. Okay. May is usually toward the end of May when our rainy season begins. So, based on kind of what we're seeing long range, fire season, right? We may get worse before we get better, is all I'm saying. If we look at the drought index, okay, give it a second to load, right? We're in a moderate drought for much of our area. Out west, a severe drought. Could that get worse? Sure. Jason's asking, wasn't it similar last year, though? Well, sure. And remember, this time of year, that's just the way it plays. This is our drier periods, right? A year ago, drought index was actually not so terrible for us. Drought monitor. I'm just. Yeah. So that's the drought monitor from 100, or from 100, from 1 year ago, right? So it was roughest down to the south. So to that point, that was a year ago. This is our current drought monitor. We're worse than we were this time last year. Okay. So that should answer your question. Okay. Yeah. So there it is. Not great. All right. Questions about that? Comments, concerns? So yeah, so no burning, all of that stuff. It can become a problem. All right. Questions about that? Comments, concerns, anything? Anybody have anything to add? What does dry weather mean for allergies? The pollen season has been awful. Sure. Well, you have to understand it's dry weather. What can refresh things? A gully washer, a good downpour can clear it out for like a day or two. But being that our temperatures are starting to climb, and you hear it in my nose, being that our temperatures are starting to climb, you and I are struggling, and we're going to struggle. That's just the way it is, right? Matt says, seeing all the fires from the Lakeland Tower was crazy a couple of years ago. Fires all around Polk. Well, and I don't know that we have. I don't know that we have. Let's see. I got to pull it up here. This is the fire dashboard. Yeah, it's loading. It's loading. It's loading. All right. So I'm just looking to see. It doesn't look like we have any like active big fires. We have some things from yesterday. There was a fire down in Holapaw. It was 10 acres. So this is I'll pull it up and I'll show it to you on the screen. So this is using the Florida Forest Service. This is the Florida Forest Service dashboard, okay? So this is all the fires that they have been working. Red being active, the kind of brownish ones not. So like this one in Holapaw, for example, that was from yesterday. That was called the Jupiter Fire, 10 acres as of 4/12 yesterday. 100% contained, 10 acres. So at the moment, there are just some that they're monitoring. This one in central Volusia was from yesterday. It was 2 acres. 100% contained. There was one in Brevard County. This one, 3 acres, 100% contained. So anyway, so that's the current fires that they're monitoring. Now, let's switch over and let's look at that's not the right link. The fire folks changed all their links. Burn authorizations. This is what I'm looking for. I don't know if it's going to work. They changed all of their burn authorizations. Okay. All right. It's loading. I don't know if it's going to work. The Florida Forest Service changed all of their websites around, and so I don't know if this is... It's trying. Yeah, I don't know that it's going to work. Awesome. Love that. They literally just changed it all around. Is this going to work? I know they're trying to update all their stuff. Doesn't look like any of it's working. So anyway, I can't show you the website at the moment that has all of the burn authorizations, the controlled burns. But at any rate, you can kind of tell that's the condition that we're in, is that there have been a couple of fires from yesterday, right? If we look at the smoke plumes from the fires that we know about for today, give it a second to load the product. Our Futurecast actually gets the data on the fires, so it doesn't have anything bad today. Okay, so anything that'll break... Oh, there it goes. Okay, so like that Holapaw fire, for example, looks like it'll probably try to throw some smoke toward the metro area if it's still burning at all. So we'll definitely have to watch over the course of the day today. All right. Jeannie Rowan's asking, it's necessary, or saying it's necessary for the Everglades to naturally burn every so often to help the ecosystem. That's not just the Everglades. I mean, that's just everywhere. Fire is very, very important. That's why we have controlled burns, so that we can control these things, right? Because if we can control it, then we can make sure to keep people safe. And that's the goal. Right? So that's kind of where we're at. I don't see any red flag advisories still posted, Josh, at the moment. I don't see any red flag advisories posted, but we know it's dry. We know that this can be an issue. So for anyone that's interested in burning, probably not a good idea to do that, right? And the other thing too, I mean, we could even just learn from our tower cam, right? Like look at checking back in at the Orlando International Airport. Like there's a temperature inversion layer, and I'm sure it, like right there. Here, let's do this. Let's look at the sounding. Da, 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 da. Yeah, you can see it. I love when sciences. File, new content, studio frame, add 3D model, add you, go big. Okay, so this is a sounding. We use these soundings a lot for severe weather, of course, but you can use the sounding for more than severe weather. So for today, for example, if you look, I'm going to make it real big. If you look at that, that is the sounding data off of the Kennedy Space Center. See how the red starts at 44 and then goes up as it goes up to the top. So the temperature's cooler at the surface, but there's a little bit of an inversion there where it gets warmer before it starts to drop off. Right? So the air is actually warmer above our head. And the way that you can always tell that there's an inversion layer is just by pulling up and looking for moisture or smoke being trapped right at the surface. Literally, the inversion layer is right there. And I think that's pretty cool. Meteorological stuff being displayed for all to see. There's the inversion layer right at the tower. Pretty cool, right? So anyway, that's one of those things. One of those little nerd facts. I love science so much. Golly, I love it. All right, temperature inversion. That also means that smoke would get stuck right here at the surface. Now, I'm sure it'll mix out later, but smoke would get stuck at the surface. That would be a mess if we had fires going this morning. All right. All right, so there's your daily dose of science nerddom. Always like to share it when I can. What else you got? Questions, comments, concerns? Frank says, love the nerddom. Yeah, baby. You know. You know. I need to go get some Flonase or whatever the Nasacort. I forget what I use, but whatever I use, I got to go use it. Anything else? Y'all good? Are we good? I know Frank's good. Got that coffee? You know you're good. Anything else? We are science loving nerds. That's it. Janice, you know, nerds are us. Don't say it like that though, Debbie, because Toys R Us and Babies R Us, they all went bankrupt, didn't they? Like we got to at least keep some financial stability here. Fog literally blinding us with science. Blinded by the sign. Over on YouTube, Neon's channel saying almost gone through half a box of tissues since the start of today's coffee talk. That's a mess. Sorry. Terry, of course, summer will be here soon. It will. Matt says just busy preparing for the big week. So Matt, it looks like Sunday is going to be the only day that I can get over there. I don't know that I'll be able to get over there any other day. May just be Sunday. Flonase and Zyrtec daily helps. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start my seasonal regimen soon. Victoria says we bought an in-home air purifier last week. Game changer. We have one and we just leave it in the kids' room because anything to help them is kind of my mentality. You know, right? I don't know. It's the slower and easy day. Yeah, that's probably perfect for us. John says Toys R Us still in can. Is it really? I loved Toys R Us. I loved it so much. Mickey says, bring on the sea breeze storms. I, for one, am ready for the seasonal transition. I may be the only one, but I, for one, am ready for it. But I also, like, at the end of summer, I'm ready for fall. And then we get to winter, and I'm like, I enjoy it for like a month. And then I quickly am ready for this. And then when I'm here, I'm just quickly ready for summer. Like, I'm ready for summer. Once we start tracking hurricanes, I'm going to be like, I'm ready for fall, y'all. But I guess to that point, doesn't that make me the same annoying person that I always say, when it's cool, everybody complains about the heat. And then when it's hot, everybody complains wanting the cool. And so, like, I always laugh because everybody wants what they don't have. But I guess I'm the same way. Is that human nature? Is it? I don't know. Does that make me a part of the problem? It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. See what I did there? I'm not even a fan, but at least I know the reference. Good HEPA filter in the AC and a little bit of ozone injection in the air handler helps a ton with the allergies. I probably need to do something. Jan, already did Flonase, going to purchase Claret, now have a great day. I'll buy the art. Thank you. Love that. Mikhail says, I love tracking the tropics. I love looking at long-range forecasting models. I do too, until I have to start worrying about working craziness and having to start dealing with storms. Yesterday, I kind of took a moment and I was just like, haven't had to deal with a hurricane in a while. I like that. But then I like the warmer weather. So I'm the problem. It's me. You know? Terry says humans never seem to be satisfied with what they have. I can tell you the one thing I've always been very satisfied with, very grateful for, is coffee talk. Y'all are here every day. When I have a crappy day, I get I get to have fun. I get to enjoy you. Now, I may take my grumpiness out on you, and for that I'm sorry, but I am grateful for all of y'all being here with me. So, at least, at least there's that. Wife and I met while working at the Toys R Us in Ocala. This August we'll be married 24 years. Mazel tov. Still glad I moved despite the cold weather. There you go. Imagine wanting warmer weather. Your forecast looks perfect. Oh, I can't imagine wanting warmer weather. Your forecast looks perfect. We're working on it. We're getting there. Little by little by little there. Love it. Thank you. All right. Is that it? Are we done for the day? Are we good? Did we have a successful coffee talk? So, tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to be celebrating the start of spring. And we'll be tracking that next cold front, bringing those cooler temperatures. All right. We'll have some stuff to do. Love you too, the ghosted woman on YouTube. Thank you. Sonia, you're right. You're right. Dan, where's your coffee? Oh, baby, it's right here. I've been taking the sips. Thank you, Frank. Agreed, buddy. Agreed. All right. Tara's here for karaoke always. I love it. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock on the dot. Coffee talk. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Take care. Bye.